So you want to be a digital nomad and you're like, where do I sign up? In the past, I would have said, well, you can. But with digital nomad visas, that answer is a little bit different. First of all, yes, there is a bathtub behind me. I'm not in a bathroom. I'm in an Airbnb with a bathtub and a trendy brick wall. Digital nomad visas or remote worker visas, they go by different names. Sometimes different countries have different names. They're actually pretty freaking cool. And they're also pretty new. So I know with becoming a digital nomad, there can be a lot of questions about visas. What do you do? Well, this is everything you need to know about digital nomad visas. And first, a disclaimer. I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. Please, before you go to work in any country, make sure you look up the laws, you're following them, and if you need to, ask an expert's advice. So, quick overview. A visa is temporary permission for you to enter a country. Not every country will require you to have a visa because some countries have visa agreements with other countries. The most common type of visas are tourist visas. These usually are short term. They're about 3 months or 90 days typically. They usually don't permit you to work in a country while you're visiting it, and these are the type that you probably get when you visit a country. Now, there are also work visas, but work visas tend to be a little bit difficult to get depending on the country. Sometimes you have to be a really highly trained employee, or you have to make a lot of money, or you need special permission, or you need a company to vouch for you. They tend to be a little bit more complicated to obtain. Most people who travel and many digital nomads operate on tourist visas. Now, this is problematic for these countries for certain reasons. One, that means these digital nomads have to leave the country before 3 months is up. That means they're taking their money and their business elsewhere. The other downside to digital nomads using tourist visas to travel is that if they are working in the country, it might or might not be legal. Now, if you check your email from your computer or your phone and it's a work email while you're in a country, is that breaking the law? Well, you'll have to ask a legal expert of that country for that, but you can see how this can become a bit of a gray area. Now, we get to digital nomad visas. I need to just clarify, different countries offer these visas under different names. If it's a visa for remote employees, a remote worker visa, it's under this umbrella that I'm talking about, and I'm going to call it a digital nomad visa. So what makes these visas so different and so cool? One, they typically allow you to stay in a country for longer than a tourist visa. That might be up to a year in some cases. So that means you don't have to worry about packing up your bags and leaving anytime soon. These visas also typically legally allow you to work your remote business while you're in the country. These visas might also come with other benefits. For example, you might be able to live in a digital nomad village, for example, with other like-minded remote workers. You might be wondering, why do countries want to have remote workers and digital nomads, especially during Corona? And that is almost exactly the reason why, especially right now, we're seeing a lot more digital nomad and remote worker visas. And this brings me to the fourth reason, is that during coronavirus, a lot of countries are not letting in tourists. This is very specific to people on their tourist visas. But many of these countries are offering a digital nomad visa as almost a secret alternative. You can still apply for a digital nomad visa as a remote worker and get permission to live in another country. You might be wondering, this is still traveling during Corona, is it safe? Okay, I'm not a health expert or a doctor, but I want you to remember the term slow-madism. I got this term from the Washington Post. I kind of like it. Basically, digital nomads don't move around all that fast. You're not traveling to a new country every day, every week, or really every month. Sometimes you do, but a lot of times you want to go slow and steady. I mean, it's hard to do work when you're moving every day. So staying in one country for a long period of time really is less like traveling, and it's more like slow-madism. So you might be wondering what countries are offering digital nomad visas. First of all, this list keeps changing. So this is the list as of right now today when I'm making this video, and keep in mind that every country has different requirements for a digital nomad visa. Some have income requirements, some might have high income requirements, some have low income requirements, some might need certain documentation. So before you get all excited about a program, I mean, get excited, but make sure you check out each country's individual requirements. Guys, if you're into what I'm saying, please like and subscribe. I love nothing more than to connect with you guys. First of all, plenty of countries in Europe offer some sort of digital nomad visa. Croatia, Czech Republic, Estonia, Germany, Greece, and Iceland all offer some sort of digital nomad visa. Portugal and Norway also on the list. Lots of beautiful islands actually offer digital nomad visas, like Barbados, Bermuda, and the Cayman Islands. Mexico, Costa Rica, Colombia, Australia, Dubai, Indonesia, and Thailand all offer digital nomad visas, and that is not the complete list. Yeah, guys, I think that just about does it for today. If you have any questions about digital nomad visas, drop them in the comments below. Let's talk about it, and I'll see you next time.